Hi, it's me again. Hello and welcome. It's been a staggering 10 months since I last put a video up on YouTube. During that time we've had the great pandemic and lockdown here in the UK. I've been pretty quiet actually. I managed to get out a little bit over the summer on the bike, but not a great deal. So at the moment the bike is on SORN, which for anyone not in the UK means it's not taxed for road use. So it's kind of off the road now, resting, waiting for the next season to start, which will be end of this month I think. So during that 10 months I've had lots of questions about how's the bike been, would I change anything, etc. So this video is about two things. First of all, I'll show you a little bit of my riding footage of me going out on the bike, including my spin out on the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, which I did last September, and then I'll take you through some of the things that I found out about the bike and that I'm going to change in fact. So let's crack on with a bit of riding footage. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to tell you is that the bike is absolutely ace. It really is a pleasure to ride, I've got to say. The things that are niggling me are, if I spin around to this side, so you'll remember way back when I'd fitted this Acewell Speedo, and I was told at the time that's never going to work with the Motor Gadget Motorscope Pro, and guess what, it doesn't. So what I've actually been doing for a Speedo is I've got one of these quad locks things off my cycle bike, so I basically have an app on my phone which is a GPS Speedo app, and I've been using that, so I've been staying sort of street legal with that. But so first thing to do is to replace that Acewell Speedo. At the time I built this bike, Motor Gadget didn't do one, but now they do. So here it is. It's a, where is it? It is a Speedo Sensor for a BMW Boxer air cooled, one of them. So there's a slightly different wiring diagram which I'll show you in a second, There's 3 wires to it rather than 2, which is on the ace well. So my first task is going to be to take the ace well out and put the motor gadget Speedo in, and that should work perfectly well. Excuse me. The next thing I'm going to tell you about is I've had a few leaks, which won't surprise you. I mean, the main one, you can probably see it on the carb here. I've got leaking from the carbs. Is that going to show you anything? Yeah, a bit there. So I've got some leaking carbs. So I'm going to do a carb rebuild for both of them. I mean, I'll be honest with you, carb rebuild. There you go. Look at that. Scared the living daylights out of me, so I avoided it massively on the first time round. The bike ran before I took it to bits, so I basically kept it because they worked. Didn't want to play with them, but in reality I've not been able to tune it particularly well. I think it's air getting in somewhere, so I'm going to do a carb rebuild, which I'll do a separate video on because that's quite a big job. And then the last thing I'm going to do is the brakes. You remember that I changed out my brake cylinder. My original one was too small. This is a 16mm rather than I think a 13mm. It wasn't really giving me much stopping power, but I'm going to do a brake rebuild as well. I've got a kit from Motorworks for that. So there's me kits from Motorworks. Got 2 of them, so I'll be doing a caliper build video. And this is my carb build kit. I'm just doing the soft stuff, rubbers and gaskets at this stage. Don't really plan to be changing jets out, etc. But what I have got to aid me in the process, and it's up here, I've got myself a sonic cleaning tank. So yeah, so hopefully I get the carbs cleaned up nicely and they'll work beautifully. I said I'd show you the wiring for the new speed sensor. It's a 3-wire model rather than a 2-wire model, which was the ace well. So unusually for Motor Gadget, that's it. That's the entire instructions that came with it. So clearly it's a red to positive, green to ground, and brown to signal. So what I'll do is I'll update I'll show you. This is my wiring diagram. Speed sensors here. So the old one has had 2 wires. So the new one's just got a 1 to ground, 1 to the positive, and 1 to the sensor. I'll just update that little diagram and replace the one that's on the link at the moment. There's one more I forgot to mention, and that was a very annoying leak from the neutral switch, which is beautifully tucked away just there in the back. Bit unsure how I'm going to get to that. It looks like major surgery. It's only a fairly small leak, but do you know what? It annoys me. So, but that might be a gearbox out job to do that, which is a bigger job, wouldn't you say? In fact, not it's a gearbox out, it's an everything off job, isn't it? Anyway, that one I'll park. There you go. I said it was a short one, didn't I? Thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, all those things, and see you soon. Next one will be carburetor dismantling, cleaning and reassembly. See you then.